Hey all! Amanda here with your sneak peek prediction video for episode 10 of American Ninja Warrior Season 13. This episode may contain spoilers, but as you know, I have no affiliation to the show and no insider information. These are mainly theories and could always be wrong, but still, if you don't want spoilers, proceed with caution. I have seen and read some things and have a sickening feeling that I know how the rest of the season may play out. But again, I could always be wrong. Let's hope I am. I am also of two mindsets here, so please, feel free to leave your comments below on what you think Vegas has in store for our ninjas. First off, we have 68 competitors that advance to the finals. 56 men and 12 women. Technically, we could have had 72, but they refused to adjust the discrepancies with the women's leaderboard, so we have 68. At the end of our last episode, the host told us that the finale would be a 3-episode event. Here is your first possible spoiler. Stage 1 will be aired over the first 2 of those 3 episodes, which means that Stage 2, Stage 3, and highly unlikely Stage 4 will all be aired over that one last 2-hour episode in 3 weeks' time. Did anyone else's stomach just drop? Now, in a show like this, where anything can happen, I obviously have no idea how it'll play out. However, in my opinion, it doesn't look good. Basic math suggests 34 athletes run per night, episode 10 and 11, to complete stage 1. 28 men and 6 women per night. But again, that's just a guess. I have no idea who will run either night, but it seems like we have a good chance of seeing a lot of runs in full. I guarantee we'll have digested runs, but hopefully it won't be too severe. And hopefully, I don't regret having just said that. But before I discuss the ninjas and their chances, first, let's take a look at the course. Stage 1 consists of 8 obstacles and is on a time limit. Athletes have 2 minutes and 45 seconds to hit a buzzer. No more leaderboards, no more furthest fastest. Hit the buzzer before time runs out or your season is over. Stage 1 has 5 new obstacles, and I've seen most of them in action, so again, if you want to be surprised, scroll till you see the ninjas on the screen. As well, as a disclaimer, the only way I could get pictures of the new events was through the sneak peek run, so again, if you want to be surprised, you may want to start scrolling. Okay, the sneak peek run was of Adam Rail. Honestly, it took me about 2 full days to decide whether or not to watch, but I wanted the pictures and an understanding of how these new obstacles worked so I could try to gauge how difficult this course would be for our competitors. I personally hate spoilers, so I watched the video on mute. Since the only thing that matters is the countdown clock, I knew I wouldn't see any spoilers on the screen, and if something was written under anyone on the sidelines, I swear I did not see it. The sneak peek video also cut before the conclusion, and I gotta tell ya, this may be the most intense cliffhanger they could have hoped for. Please remember to come back after the episode airs and let me know what you thought. I'm still reeling with the implications. That being said, here is our stage 1 course. We start things off with our first brand new obstacle, the slide surfer. This obstacle consists of 3 boards, much like the diving boards, but this time, the boards slide forwards and backwards as athletes keep their balance as they cross to the landing platform. Next up is our next new obstacle, called swinging blades. This one basically looks like it sounds. It consists of 2 hanging boards that are curved at the bottom where the ledges run along. Athletes must jump to grab the first board and build momentum to lash to the second curved board that is placed to the left of the first board. They then build momentum on the second board to lash to the landing. Next, returning from Season 9, we have the Double Dipper. This consists of 2 tracks that curve downwards. Athletes must hold onto a bar at the top of the first track, ride it down to the bottom, and then lash to catch a second bar on the second curved track and ride that down to the landing platform. A seemingly straightforward obstacle, the Double Dipper has ended the season of more than a few big-name competitors. Now, almost a staple to the Vegas finals, we have the return of the jumping spider. Athletes jump from a trampoline and then must extend their arms and legs to catch the sides of 2 plexiglass walls. They then must scooch their way forwards and then up through a horizontal chute until they can jump to the landing platform. This leads to the tire run, which returns from Season 10. Athletes must run across 4 tires positioned on a curve. The tires increase in size, and competitors must keep their balance until they reach the end. They then jump out to catch a circular handle that rides along a curved track. Athletes hold on until the handle stops at the end of its track, where ninjas must build momentum to jump out to another large tire, which turns backwards and forwards, then jump to a smaller circular handle and ride it across to the landing. I know, I'm making it sound more complicated than it is, but I'm doing my best. Wait until you hear what's coming up. This leads to a shorter warped wall with a shorter run-up that starts by running down a small curve. This is where things get interesting. Obstacle 7 is new, and Obstacle 8 is a split decision, with both options also being new, and both being dependent on the choice you make Obstacle 7. Confused? So was I. Apparently, this kind of thing has been done in the original Japanese version of the show, Suzuki, but this is the first time it's been seen on the American version. That I know of anyway. Again, I watched the sneak peek run on mute, so if anything was described, I did not hear it, and I'm sure it'll be explained at the start of the episode, but from what I've been able to gather, Obstacle 7 is called Dipping Birds, and it's a kind of balance obstacle. It has 3 red pillars at the base, with gray objects, maybe they're supposed to be bird-shaped, placed on top. Each gray bird has a red panel on top, and athletes run across the tops, hitting each panel with a foot as the gray birds start to tilt forwards like dominoes. However, at the back of the warped wall, before you reach the dipping birds, you have to make a choice. Disclaimer: I do not know how this works. I am basing this on pictures I have seen and articles I have read. This is mainly theory, so take this with a grain of salt. I will make all corrections needed in the recap. At the back of the warped wall is a red button. It's apparently connected to a lock cage that contains a ring inside. Athletes must decide whether to push the button or not. This will affect the path that they take, Obstacle 8. From what I was able to work out, if you ignore the button, you cross dipping birds and go straight to fly hooks. Fly hooks are kind of like the ending of Ring Chasers, but without the monkey bars at the start. Athletes jump from a trampoline to catch a ring on a peg. They then build momentum to lache with the ring to catch a second peg, then lache again to the cargo net, and climb to the top to hit the buzzer. This is the part where I'm lost. It looks like, if an athlete does hit the button, the ring in the cage will be released and will start traveling down a track. I'm assuming the track runs parallel to dipping birds, and that ninjas must take a left after dipping birds, and then jump from a trampoline to catch the ring in motion, where, again, I'm guessing, it takes you down a track to the cargo net, but now, athletes are presented with a ladder on the net, making the climb much easier. By hitting the button before the dipping birds, athletes are locking in their choice to take the high road as their split decision. I did not see the high road in action, so this is just guesswork, but if that is what happens, I have concerns. If athletes do try to take the high road, they now have to go even faster across the dipping birds to catch up with that ring. I'm guessing if they miss the ring, they have to take fly hooks. It looks like a tempting way to save time, with that ladder being offered, but I am praying that no one takes it. If they jump for that ring and miss, there is no recovery. Only water and heartbreak. I think the panic of catching up to that ring will also lead to missteps along the dipping birds, and balance obstacles are sketchy at the best of times. I think this minor distraction will be enough to throw off ninjas, and will lead them to second-guessing themselves. And right at the end, too. I think this is more of a psychological psych-out than anything else. We'll see. As for the athletes, like I said previously, my best guess is that we have 28 men and 6 women run per night, 34 athletes an episode. I have no idea how these runs will be selected and who will run either night. However, whoever does not run tonight will run next week, and the course should remain the same, so I should have a more accurate prediction video then. Half of me thinks that a lot of ninjas will advance stage 1, and that we should see most runs in full. Personally, I think it'll all fall apart stage 2, but again, we'll have to wait and see. In my opinion, some of the semi-final courses were more challenging than stage 1, and yes, it's easy to say that from the comfort of my own home, but I can see the biggest downfall of the night being the race against the clock. Athletes are more likely to make mistakes when they're feeling the pressure of a countdown, and with obstacles varying in height, positioned off center, and with a lot more moving parts, this is going to be a tense stage 1. Since I don't know who's running when, here's my basic overview. Ninjas I can see advancing include, from semifinals 1, I think veterans Daniel Gill, Brian Burkhart, who holds the safety pass, Tiana Weberly, and Janique Levitt will advance. Rookies from semifinals 1 I could see advancing include Isaiah Thomas, Christian Yost, Elijah Browning, and Isaiah and Isabella Wakeham. I also think Max Feinberg, Abel Gonzalez, and Lance Pekas have good chances too. From semifinals 2, I can see veterans Joe Moravsky, who holds the safety pass, and Lucas Reale advancing. Rookies I think can advance include 2-year ninja Amir Malik, Jay Lachey Lewis, True Becker, and Brett Strong. I'm also hoping Rachel DeGetz can make it through too. From semifinals 3, I can see veteran Sean Bryan, Adam Rail, RJ Roman, Tyler Gillette, Kevin Carbone, and my girl Megan Martin making it through. As for the rookies from semifinals 3, I think Vance Walker, who holds the safety pass, Josiah Papal, and Jonathan Godbout are going to rip up the course. I'm hoping veteran Brett Sims, 2-time ninja Tay Sherrington, and rookie Megan Rowe can make it through as well. And from semifinals 4, I can see veterans Jake Murray, Austin Gray, who holds the safety pass, Cam Baumgartner, Jamie Ron, and Jesse Lebrecq advance. As for the rookies, I can see Kai Beckstrom making it through as well. I would love to see veterans Kyle Soderman, Hunter Gerard, Tyler Yamauchi, Eric Middleton, and Donovan Matoyer also advance. So, my final prediction is that 30 out of 68 athletes advance to stage 2 minimum, 25 men and 5 women. Let us know how you think our athletes will fare by leaving a comment below, as well as how you think the season will end. Will anyone get to Mount Midoriyama? You do not want to miss a moment of the action, because in this show, not only can anything happen, but I have a feeling that we're going to be in for one shocker after another. Be sure to check out NBC for the next 3 Mondays for our American Ninja Warrior Season 13 Vegas Finals. Things are about to get crazy. Check local listings for times, and then remember to come back here shortly after the episode airs for your full recap of all the night's results. And until then, don't forget to breathe and enjoy the show.